dog rocket, I've called it. So this one we're going to need a few ingredients. As usual, 2 clips. We've got dog and fire, so we're going to grab both of those. The dog clip is a stock video clip. The dog jumping into its owner's lap, I suppose. And then the fire effect is what's called a pre-keyed special effect that I grabbed off a website called Footage Crate that is ready to go, no green in the background, so life is good. I'm going to start loading up Premiere while I get organized with my 2 clips here. I'm going to make a new folder and call it, oh, I can't call it nothing now. Maybe I can grab it in the background. Wait for Premiere to load, I suppose. Alright, I'll be back to that in a second. Calling it Rocket Dog, and these videos are going in there. Organized, ready to go. Premiere, new project. Calling it Rocket Dog. Where is it? It's on my desktop. Folder, Rocket Dog. Choose, okay. We're in. So we're gonna set our timeline first with the clip of the gal and her dog. So I'm going to drag those clips in first. Grab them both, plop them into the project panel. Alright, so I got a 14-second clip of this dog jumping and a 2-second clip of the fire casting. So I'm going to set the timeline with this video clip here. Drag and drop onto my timeline. There we are. And then Footage Crate fire casting, I'm going to place that on V2 above the other V1 layer because that's going to go on top. So our ultimate goal with this is to make this fire effect match up with the dog jumping off the ground. So it's going to look like a rocket blasting off. So I'm going to roughly position the timing here as the dog's just about to take flight. So I might scooch this down a little more. We have ignition. Okay, so I'm going to go up into my effect controls window here. If yours is not open, you would want to open it in the window panel. We've worked a lot over here in our other 2 formatives. This time we're looking closer at this mini timeline here. This is where we're going to set keyframes for our effect. That allows us to change where that the position of that effect is over time, among other things. But first I want to position this effect. I can just barely see it here igniting in this flame, but it's kind of right now coming out of this this flower box here. That's not where I want it. So I'm going to change its initial position to match up with the dog's butt here. And how this effect works is it right now is going the wrong way. So the fire is kind of casting left to right. I want it to go kind of down and to the left. So I'm going to go back to the beginning of the clip and change the rotation here to kind of match the position of the dog. It looks like I need to go back and change my position values as well. So the first number in the position, remember, is X. So going to the left is going to make it move left. And then the second number is the Y value, so I need to go down my Y value. So that's looking pretty good there. I'm going to go just scooch it over to the left. Perfect. So my effect is lined up over here with the dog. Problem becomes, though, as you can go through this clip here in the effect controls panel, as that dog goes up, my effect stays in the same place. If you think about a rocket ship launching, the fire doesn't just stay down on the launch pad. It goes up with the rocket. So I want the same thing to happen with the fire effect here. I want it to stick with the dog's motion. So we can do that by animating some keyframes. The part that most students seem to forget is to activate animation mode. You have to click on this stopwatch here. There's a little stopwatch icon by every value. So we could animate position, we could animate scale, we could animate rotation, all these things we can animate. In this case, we just want to animate position. Just want to change the position over time. So I'm going to click that on. It's going to turn blue to toggle on animation. And it's going to add my first keyframe. So that's where that effect lives at 4 seconds or whatever. Once I get to about, I don't know, 5 seconds here, halfway through that clip, I can see I've already left the effect behind. So all I have to do to create a new keyframe is move this ever so slightly. As soon as I change one value, it creates a new keyframe for me. So I just decide where I want to go, right about here. So now I have 2 keyframes. And then by the end of this effect, it's kind of fizzling out right about here. That might be my final keyframe. I want to get that up again towards the dog. And as soon as I change those positions, I get a new keyframe. Get that up where it needs to go. And I don't think this part needs to necessarily be right on the dog's rear end, but it's kind of fizzling out, so off to the left, a little bit closer to it than this. It's kind of like an afterburn. I see some smoke effect after that. So with 3 keyframes, let's see how that kind of looks. It's a bit laggy as I'm screen recording here on top, but initial launch looks good. The effect follows the dog up as it goes, and then kind of fizzles out here and just kind of stays put. I like that final effect there. I think that looks great. So those are the things you're trying to master in this one is, well, pre-keyed special effects. Those are easy. They're fantastic, and they're really simple to work with. But adding these keyframes again happens in the effect controls panel. And if you're not seeing keyframes, it's chances are good you just didn't click this stopwatch to toggle animation mode on. You could add, I would say you'll need at least 2. Set a point A and a point B, and then the computer knows how to get you from point A to point B. But if you want to be more precise, maybe add a couple more than that. But get that effect moving with the animal is the skill we're practicing here. And then from there, I'm going to select my timeline, and I'm ready to export media. And a quick review of format would be H.264. Preset seems to work good, is down at the bottom, YouTube, 720p. Output to your desktop, call it whatever you want. Dog, rocket, save, and nothing happens till you export. Bada bing, bada boom. Good luck. Thank you, folks. So I'll get that updated to